So we are proceeding down the road one more time towards yet another WWE pay-per-view, this time being No Mercy, which will be the last pay-per-view that we do here on the Popcast Network as a tandem before Halloween Horror Nights is over in November. Gotta love that. So, welcome to another edition of the Monday Night Raw Popcast, exclusively here on the Popcast Network. My name is Owen. Joining me, as always, is Ashley.
Yeah.
And once more, I am apparently the amazing Kreskin yet again, because just like I said on Wednesday, if something would happen and I would find a way to get myself into the NXT tapings this past Thursday night, and if you notice Twitter, I certainly did attend them.
He fucking murdered somebody.
I didn't kill anyone.
Okay, well that puts that rumor to bed.
Yes, indeed. And on top of that, I'll say this again, but I'll say it right now. I want to give a big shout out to @Hectic from BK, which is HECTIK from BK on Twitter for helping us out with those tickets. Thank you very much. That is a big shout out right there to Hector Negron. So thank you, Hector, for helping me.
Hector, but not that one.
Thank you for helping me and John Paul attend NXT this past week. So, lots to talk about. We got the Mae Young Classic, which is now started out on the network.
Yeah, and I was going to say if you don't have a network, it's on the network now after Raw, but then you'd have to be on the network. If you don't want to binge watch them, they are showing them over the next 4 nights. Currently, it's on as we're going live now on Monday. Tuesday, it's going to be after 205 Live. Wednesday, it's going to be after NXT. So, again, in the middle of what me and Owen are doing. And then Thursday, it will be 8 Eastern. So, I think that's head-to-head with Impact.
Yes, it is.
At least the first hour of it. Which, I'm tempted to say boycott GFW, but after what GFW thought of what happened in Mexico this past weekend, I remember that Undertale music. It's coming back on Wednesday, and it's not in a negative side for GFW. Holy shit.
Yeah, and we got Tyler Powell, Ginger Boy Wonder, back in chat. Welcome back. He says Big Show must have lost the Mayweather bet, shaved off the hair he had left on his face, didn't recognize him.
Yeah, he did look different. Very true.
So, incidentally, before we get started, as always, I want to do this. Dana Brooke defeated Alicia Fox and Mustafa Ali over Arya Davari, and that was main event tapings.
Good to see Dana got a win after what happened with her this past week.
No lie. And that was main event tapings.
What?
And apparently, I decided to not mute the screen, so I heard myself say, and that's main event tapings.
That was getting confusing as fuck.
So, let's talk. We'll talk NXT tapings on Wednesday, and we'll talk about the hellacious craziness that went down in AAA on Wednesday.
It's rather fitting considering sort of both shows on Saturday may have been a complete disaster.
Yeah,
the main event which delivered.
And right now, I just want to have an armband that basically says FSS. So You can put two together and realize what I say when I say that. So,
wait, she can't cease and desist that.
No, you cannot. And I can actually say suck. So now let's do this.
It's worth noting that Booker T isn't on tonight because he's with his family and everything in Houston. I don't think they were massively hit by the flooding, but basically they said, you know, if you don't think it's safe or right for you to come in, just stay where you are. Because of course, because we're in Memphis for one night only, we pulled in Jerry the King Lawler. And I will say, tonight is how we learn that neither Booker T nor David Otunga are any good at this commentary lot, because Lawler, even though he hasn't been commentating for what, nearly a year?
It's like riding a bike, Ashley.
Since they got rid of him?
Yep.
It's like he never missed a beat.
I mean, seriously.
Booker's all over the place. Otunga's all over the place.
Commentary's like riding a bike. I mean, like right now. I mean, I could go into, with probably out much preparation, like Jerry Lawler did tonight, and I could just go and just do a show like that, because once you're a commentator, no matter if you have done it in a month, a week, a year, or multiple years, it's been that long since you've done it professionally, you're always going to remember exactly how to do that role. And Lawler's a consummate professional.
Yeah.
So,
to prove tonight, certainly. So Miz is in the ring and is saying the word respect and then gets interrupted by Kurt Angle. Okay. And Kurt says, I'm guessing you're out here because you've got grievances about the fact that you think nobody cares about the IC title match, given that, you know, it wasn't on SummerSlam and you haven't had to defend it in a while. Well, I'm going to correct that because we will be having an IC title match at No Mercy. And Miz is just like, before I so rudely interrupted, you know, respect is admiring someone or something good. Clearly, Kurt doesn't know that is the meaning of respect in that dictionary of people's. You know, I start speaking, I get interrupted by the GM. You know, I keep wanting respect for the only title that's actually on here on a regular basis. Nothing. I'm sick of all the disrespect. And Kurt says, oh, don't worry. Like I said, the pay-per-view, that belt's going to be up for grabs. But before all that, you're going to be defending that title next week in Omaha, Nebraska. And your opponent is going to be in a 15-man battle royal that's happening right now. He did imply as well in the thing saying your Mr. guys have got a chance to take you on. So we know that those two are in. So then out comes Big Show without a beard. At first, I didn't recognize him. Secondly, I've got a feeling that he took the beard off because he doesn't want to be associated with Big Cass anymore.
It's possible.
Because that failed. Then come the Hardy Boys. Then comes Finn Balor. Then come the adverts.
Yeah, I mean, did everybody come back? I mean, I had to miss the beginning of this because I was still out. But I mean, did everybody come out after the commercial break? Then I'm guessing.
Bar Jason Jordan.
Oh, because he's so special.
So the match has got Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Big Show, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Finn Balor, Kalisto, Kurt Hawkins, R-Truth, Goldust, Elias, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Apollo Crews, and Jason Jordan.
That's a real who's who of.
So the match starts, and Kurt's like going, Kurt Hawkins. All 14 guys pick him up and throw him out immediately. Reasons.
Not fair to Hawkins.
And then Kalisto, within like a minute, gets thrown out by Big Show and everything. And Big Show sort of dominating. Looks to be the big thing. And then Gallows and Anderson are trying to take him out. And then here comes Finn Balor. And the three of them manage to eliminate the Big Show. Don't know about you, but I see some sort of click forming here.
Maybe.
Maybe. If they're desperate.
Hey, I wouldn't mind with that. Hyro's back in chat. Ashley says, why was Lawler there? I know Booker was there as a replacement, but where's Otunga?
He can fuck off for all I care. He's been shit. If you look at his comment, in his role at the minute, being on the analyst desks for pay-per-view, it fits him okay. Because he knows about wrestling and can sort of talk the storyline and hype it up. In commentary mode, you could tell all he could do was anytime there was a kick out, it was like he was having an orgasm. It was like, It's like, Christ. Now we know how Jennifer Hudson feels.
Oh, no.
So, other eliminations happened. It started to get interesting within about 40 seconds of the end. Because this went quick. So we got to the final six. The final six being Jordan, Elias, Finn, Jeff Hardy, and both guys from the Miztourage.
Matt Hardy? Hello?
I said Jeff, didn't I?
You did, but I mean, why was Matt not involved in this finish?
Matt got thrown out earlier on.
Lame.
I can't remember by who. So, Finn's hits, I think Jeff with the drop kick to the floor, or the drop kick to the corner.
Shotgun drop kick.
Yeah, which would lead into the coup de grace.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lights go off. Yep! They come back on. Bray is behind him and throws him out the ring. The lights go off. Dab! Back on. Bray has disappeared. He's under the ring. And Finn is just like, what the shit happened? He's just got the facial expression of like, I really don't know what happened here. Seriously. What the shit happened? There we go. Hyro says that Luke eliminated Matt.
Welcome, Christian, back.
Because he's a good brother.
Exactly.
So then, like, within the next 20, 30 seconds, Jordan manages to eliminate both of the Miztourage at the same time. Then, he basically does the Kurt Angle steroid rage thing. That's the best way I can describe it. The Rory thing.
Right.
Elias goes to throw Jason out. Jason reverses it to throw Elias out. Jeff's immediately there, throws Jordan out, and Jeff Hardy wins. And it's just like it's the olden days. Jeff Hardy versus The Miz for the IC title. I don't think they've ever faced each other for the IC title, I think. But I'm saying it's back in the glory days of Jeff being in singles competition and being in damn good matches, because him and The Miz, I'm looking forward to next week already.
Should be real good, actually.
Hopefully it's the main event. Who knows?
We shall see.
And Miz is looking at this like, shit, I'm in trouble. Then they had the video package covering last week's Raw and Braun's attack on Brock after the SummerSlam stuff, which they also show sort of mini clips of in the fancy old video package. Up next, Enzo's debut in the Cruiserweight division. But before that, Alexa Bliss is backstage saying, you know, it's like Charlie's like, so what are your tactics for tonight in terms of taking on Sasha? And Alexa's response is win. Because we all know Sasha's never successfully defended that title when she's been champ. Tonight, the goddess of the WWE reclaims her throne. And speaking of thrones, toilet break, Enzo's here. He does his usual telling everybody what his name is and all that. And he says that he's proven that he can compete with giants as they recap him injuring Cass, which apparently he is actually properly taking credit for.
I'm okay with that.
That is the angle. To make him as a face, they're saying, yeah, I injured a guy. Deal with it. What?
I'm okay with that because it fits WWE's twisted way of dealing with things.
Yeah, and he talks about how he can dual task, about how he was watching Floyd knock the hell out of Connor, and the fans booed him. So it's like, wow, you really misjudged how popular Connor is, didn't you? WWE writer. And then introduces his opponent because he can dance apparently as well as go on the mic and introduce his opponent. And it's Noam Dar. And Noam makes his entrance. And then bloody Enzo says, well, Noam, you may have two surnames for a name. And I'm going, how many people do you know that are called something Noam? As in Noam. Because if I had a dime for every gnome that I knew, I'd have 0 dimes. See how you like it, Enzo. Jesus Christ.
He's lucky he still has a job.
But yeah, the one word to describe Dar is soft. And pretty much the only thing worth to note from it is Enzo wins by rolling up Dar. It's an okay match, nothing, extraordinary. So Neville's watching backstage and Charlie asks his opinion of Enzo and he's like, with people like this around, there'll be clearly no competition left. And I'll be champion forever and ever and ever. Oi, 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 oi. Why doesn't he say that more often? That's the best bit. Oi, 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 oi. Apparently WWE is popular on Instagram. So here comes Lesnar, because fuck Instagram. Paul does the usual intro and says, if you think we're here to sing the blues because we're in Memphis, no, don't get us wrong. We're here to sing the praises of Braun Strowman. Because, in all honesty, He's the best contender that Brock will have ever had in his career in the WWE. Because SummerSlam was pretty historic for both guys. You know, Brock overcame the odds, but Braun asserted himself into the Universal title picture with what he did at SummerSlam. And then the face-off from last week on Raw. And they replay what happened last week with the attack. And Paul goes, just an advisory to any kids watching. I know they say don't believe in monsters, but I believe Braun is one. And they replay it, and it's like, don't get us wrong. Brock's not going to be ducking from any of these challenges that Braun's going to be making. Brock's going to be hunting Braun down every chance that he can. Brock wants Braun. And Brock grabs the mic away from Paul and just goes, what he's trying to say is Suplex City, bitch. And that's the end of the segment.
Brock is a man of few words, but they're always impactful.
Yeah, and Brock can get away with not being censored.
Ira was asking real quick, why is Bray Wyatt keep attacking? Since he hates the fact that Bray is being used as a distraction and they don't push him properly.
I don't have a message directly through to creative. That's what they're doing. That's what we clearly, well, unofficially we do, but they clearly don't listen to that.
Right. Oh, God, no.
Because it seems like, to me, that, I mean, it can't be Hell in a Cell, but it's like, I fear we're getting another rematch between the two of them for Bloody No Mercy.
Probably.
Sadly. And it'll probably culminate with, is TLC Raw or SmackDown this year? I think it's Down Smack, isn't it?
It sounds like it. Let me see. I'm on the website right now. Doesn't really say.
A list of WWE pay-per-view events.
It says in Minneapolis. Team Red. Yeah, it's Raw.
Oh, okay. I forgot that's in October. I was getting confused about Clash of Champions, which I think that's SmackDown, isn't it? The one in December.
That would make sense because it was Raw last time.
Yeah. So it's probably going to they'll have a match at No Mercy and it'll culminate in, I don't know. I don't want to say House of Horrors 2, but the thing is, I think if they do it properly, and now that the Hardys are on board, they could do something very good. If they were to use them, but they probably wouldn't. But it'll probably be blow off there to run into Survivor Series. Which part of me does feel it may be Balor versus Brock.
About time.
Because Houston probably loves the club. Probably. So here comes Seth and Dean. They're facing, well, Seth's facing Cesaro next. Then there's an advert saying that Total Bellas is returning to E next Wednesday, in case you're interested. Especially with the news that apparently Nikki's going to be on Dancing with the Stars coming up for the rest of the year. So she'll probably win there. So Steph's waiting in the ring. And then they do a video package recapping Cena and Roman from last week. With Miz and Samoa Joe. By the way, Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe, nowhere to be seen on this show. They may be dead. Who knows?
It's a very odd choice of not using two of the most popular people on your roster right now.
Yeah. At least Bray got on the bloody show. Okay, it's a shit bloody run-in thing, but at least he was on it.
True.
Hell, some fuckers were on this show twice. We'll get to that. So then Cesaro and Sheamus now come out, and WWE shouts out to Africa because I can't remember what network. I think it's Super Sports, I think it's called, that broadcasts across quite a lot of Central and Southern Africa. Is now showing Raw and SmackDown live. I hope people watch over there because it's not working out over here in the UK. So Seth and Cesaro have a good match, as you'd expect, really. You know, Tyler Black versus Claudio Castagnoli. I'm pretty sure that must have happened in Ring of Honor somewhere.
Guaranteed.
Cesaro got the win. Basically, Sheamus got up on the apron and tried to distract Seth. And he was looking at this, but it didn't really distract him that much because Dean took him out and they sort of had a mini brawl. And then weirdly, Cesaro just gave Rollins an uppercut and rolled him up and got the free count. So a bit odd. So then Sheamus is like on the mic going, "Oh, I'm loving this, man. I'm loving this. By the way, though, guys, you better not go anywhere because Dean, I want a match with you right now." And Dean's happy for it. The match starts and they go to commercial. And we come back. What we get from it is, again, a good match. Because, again, you've got two pretty dependable guys. Okay, one of them injures people quite a lot. That's you, Sheamus. Dean wins it with the dirty deeds. But basically, thanks to sort of Cesaro getting checked on by the ref. So Seth runs in and sort of splash dives Sheamus and then rebounds off the ropes and topes through the ropes to go onto Cesaro, which then leads to the dirty deed. So 1-1 between the teams this week, at least. So then Emma's backstage talking about, the VMAs trending and saying how she's going to be the one trending this week. She's going to make Emma great again. And it's going to trend instantly. That isn't how it works, Emma. That really isn't how it works. To steal a line from Logan Lucky, I know all the Twitters. That isn't how it works. And she says, "Oh, I'll be trending again this week, just like I was last week with Nia." And Mickie James is with her, who she's facing, so random. She's like, "Well, the reason you were trending is give Emma CPR. Not give Emma a chance or anything." And again, Emma's saying, how she was the birth of the women's revolution and everything. And Mickey's just like, "Look, we'll face each other tonight. If you win, I'll tweet anything that you want and you can say whatever you want. But if I win tonight, you can never say again that you started the women's revolution." And this is boring as fuck. Boring. Thankfully, then we get something actually important, which is the Hurricane Harvey relief video. Only a brief little thing with like the wrestlers saying like scripted stuff, saying how Harvey's affected millions of people, and the WWE Universe needs to help out by donating to the. I think it's the GHCF, is it?
Mm.
From what I remember, I don't know what it stands for, but it's the designated Hurricane Harvey Relief Fund effort thing.
Ashley Tyro asks if the Authors of Pain are going to be at No Mercy.
I mean, maybe. Then again, they could be saving them for SmackDown.
I think they'll go to SmackDown.
I think they might be saving them for SmackDown. You know, the Uso Penitentiary is going to get fucked up by some prison people.
It's going to be Oz.
And then, in all honesty, we can have AJ versus Eric Young.
Yes.
Or perhaps Raw would be a good fit as well, because then we could have Eric Young versus Neville. Could be a very interesting affair. Because I think Eric's in the 205 limit, isn't he?
It's probably pushing it. Actually, no, he's over 205.
Boo.
I mean, he
Eric
is
Young
at
wrestling.
225.
Apparently. Actually, it'd be interesting if he debuted him. I mean, obviously he won't, because Sanity's still over and everything. Part of me is now wondering whether the Authors of Pain are the Breezango people.
It could be, but God, I hope not.
In which case, fuck off, Harper and bloody Rowan. Remember, they still exist, everybody. It's just they never do anything.
Shame.
Then there's a Kurt Angle package for Burger King or something. I don't know. And then Mickie James versus Emma. There's a turn of phrase that Owen normally says for matches. What is it, Owen?
Which one?
Something to do with the occurrence of an event.
I'm not sure where you're going with this.
This match happened.
Yeah, this match happened.
This match happened.
It happened, and apparently, for some reason, one of the best themes in WWE.
Oh, now I fucking remember. Now I fucking remember.
Gone.
Let's get. I was gonna get fucking Bone Trussell, but I'm actually gonna go to the themes. The two damn themes. Emma WWE theme. So the proper one, we can actually get it if it's the right music. Yeah, this is the proper one. So up until last week, this was her theme, which makes sense because it's a damn awesome song. CFO $ delivered.
And it fits her character, too.
Yeah. You know, as a heel, as a baddie, everything. And then... Oh, that's a shit quality.
Maybe that's what she's referring to, Corey. So if Biggie wins...
It fucking sounds like a B track off a Christina Aguilera album that nobody fucking bought.
It does. It sounds horrible.
Oh, you want to know what happened to Jim Johnson, Hyro? They were giving him too much money. That's pretty much the honesty. They're charging CFO $ about 10% of what they were paying Jim to make these songs. That's what happened to Jim. He was too expensive for them. Because remember, we know that CFO $ can deliver.
Yes.
And they're thinking of changing this shit as well. No! No! Stop ruining the best bits of the fucking shows when you have themes that are actually good, not generic burner. Also, yeah, CFO $sign might have done this as well. You know, they are good at their work. If they're anything to do with this new one, I need to find out whether they are. I really fucking hope not. I'm a wrestler. Hell, it might not even have changed. I love that. Unknown title by unknown, because nobody has a clue.
Of course.
But CFO $sign. They did that. They did the old Emma one. If they did anything to do with the new Emma one. So yeah, this match happened. Emma won with a roll up. No one cares. No one cares. And then Emma gets a mic afterwards and goes, I started the women's revolution. I started the women's revolution. I started the women's revolution. I was the one that began the women's revolution. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Okay, let's go over CFO $sign for a second. You want to hear what CFO $sign is responsible for? I got a whole list. We got time. Jack Swagger. The Total Divas theme, apparently. King Barrett.
Yeah.
Curtis Axel. Justin Gabriel. Damian Sandow and Tyson Kidd. Titus O'Neil. Rusev. Paige. Summer Rae. Eva Marie. NXT. Neville. The Ascension. The Raw theme.
Yeah. You know the Tonight's the Night one?
Yep.
Them.
Yep. Adam Rose, Bo Dallas, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, Tyler Breeze, Charlotte, Mojo, Seth Rollins, Enzo and Cass, Dean Ambrose, Sasha Banks, Bayley. I'm doing them in order. I don't see anybody on here actually.
No, Styles.
Yeah, it's down here further. Brie, Bayley, Hideo Itami, Alexa Bliss, Corbin, the Vaudevillains, Balor, Kevin Owens, Becky Lynch, Sheamus, Dana Brooks, Solomon Crowe, Blake and Murphy, Emma. There you go. There's Emma. American Alpha, FTR, of course. Samoa Joe, Jushin Thunder Liger, the Hype Bros, Asuka, Ty Dillinger, AJ, Shinsuke Nakamura, Elias Sampson, Austin Aries, Peyton Royce, the Good Brothers, Oni Lorcan, the Authors of Pain. Need I go on? Seriously. All the way up to Trent Seven, Wolfgang.
And of course, for Owen, if it ever starts, CFO $sign approved.
Heck yes. Mike, we wish you the very best, and we hope you get back on your feet as soon as possible.
Yeah, but, you know, yeah. Aleister Black's one as well. All the NXT, pretty much all the NXT guys.
Sanity. Total Bellas. Drew Gulak. Kurt Hawkins.
Braun. That's it. That's them. That's them.
Everybody in NXT, like you mentioned before. Tyler Bate.
Yeah. All the English guys, it seems.
Yeah, all of them. I'm looking at them right now.
So, Gargano and Ciampa's old theme. Yeah, they do good stuff. I really hope that the shit that they did is not there.
It's not listed.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist as an iTunes release yet. It will. That's when we'll find out. Oh no. Mike Bennett's theme is by Dale Oliver. He's not doing any music for TNA/GFW anymore.
No, he's not.
Again, money. Favorite TNA theme?
God.
AJ?
The one that gets stuck in my head constantly has got to be Decay. Granted, I understand it's Marilyn Manson, but it's still a song that gets stuck in my head. I cannot get it out. It is a definite earworm.
To me, it was Winter.
Winter's great. Christopher
Winter's
Daniels'
theme was like, man, shit. Beautiful People's Music, yeah.
Oh God, yes.
James Storm's. Keep in mind, he co-wrote, produced, and played all the instruments on Long Necks and Rednecks
with Kobe Covington.
It's just they got other people to sing, on it.
It's Bucky Covington. I know because the only reason I know the name Bucky Covington is because the Trey Dog talked about it during WNL many, many years ago.
He's the one that did the rapping on Samoa Joe's old theme. He's the one that sings Jeff Jarrett's theme.
Abyss.
Which he's still using to this fucking day.
Abyss has great music, especially after you hear it when it's right next to you.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk all day about these things.
Well, I'd like to, because this Emma, Mickey James shit, because it's like, again, she just keeps... Part of me is going with the whole, I started the women's revolution. Is this the way that they're going to be bringing Paige back?
It's possible. It's very possible right now.
It's the way in.
It is.
The only issue is Paige going to give a fuck about Asuka?
I mean, that's the marquee match. That's the matchup of the people that basically had the longer undefeated streaks in NXT to go one-on-one, and I think it'd be a really good marquee match if they wanted to roll with it.
Probably. And then the one that's going to get the most Facebook and YouTube views this week. Kurt's in the ring and says WWE.com's already announced today No Mercy is going to have Cena versus Roman. So Cena comes out first. Well, he's brought out first, should say, invited to come out first. And Cena goes, this match is worthy of being a WrestleMania match, but hell, we're doing it early. We're doing it at No Mercy. This big dog, the guy, as he claims to be, he says it's his yard. But the fact of the matter is, ever since coming in, all Roman has been is a blue chip prospect that's been protected from anything stopping his rise to the top. Until him. Because there is no protection from John Cena. And the fact of the matter is, he knows that Roman doesn't want to fight him. Burner, bang, blah, 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 blah.
Turn to Taz.
No. That's got the bum, 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 bum,
No. I'm aware of that. I'm talking about at the very end of that, you turn into the Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah. Because God almighty, I'm sick of him.
Yeah.
And Roman looks at the contract and says, look, you're not of a bigger deal as you think you are, Cena. Because, let's be honest, I've done something that you can never do. Retire The Undertaker. There's no need for me to fight you. And part of me is going, Cena, let it rip. And Cena goes, well, let's be honest. I've been a polarizing figure within the WWE universe. People have been cheering, people have been booing for me. Yeah. Those booing people, perhaps they want to see a change in character. Maybe a heel turn. And I don't know, I can't remember whether he did the heel turn or not, like the actual move, or whether he was just actually whether he was actually just saying heel turn just outright and just like, yeah, we're doing this for the marks. The only reason the fans go back and forth with Roman is not because they want to see him turn heel. It's because all they see is a cheap knockoff John Cena bootleg. And I'm like, my word, whoever wrote this is on fire. Hell, it might have just been Cena doing what he wanted to. Just with guidelines as to what he wants to say, with like, do something around this stuff. Roman isn't the guy. He's just a guy trying to fill shoes that he will never be able to fill. The fact of the matter is, Cena isn't the Undertaker. He's not a guy at the end of his career with a broken hip. He's in the prime of his career. Which I'd say is a little bit arguable, but, I'd still say there's plenty of years in him if he did want to work part-time. A la Taker. No, the fact of the matter is, you don't want to sign because that Roman Empire will just fall. And Roman just goes, nah, the fans boo you, Cena, because one, you suck. And he like pauses because he's trying to work out what to say. And he's seen as like, go on, finish your point. And Roman's not appreciating the interruptions. And Cena's just automatically, by doing this, like putting him in his fucking place. It's like, yeah. Like Cena's on a whole nother level. And then he says, the other reason people boo you is because they can see right through you. You're nothing but a fake bitch. Oh no, correction, a part-time fake ass bitch. Which had to be censored.
I'd rather have Cena part-time than Roman full-time.
Oh my, stop ruining it.
I didn't see the promo.
Yes, that's why you don't say anything. Roman wrestles show after show. Cena just does TV and film willy-nilly. Occasionally wrestles as long as the right money is being offered to him. Cena's got a shovel and he's burying all the up-and-coming guys. He's a backstabbing shark. In all honesty, Roman is the only one that Cena can't see. And the fact of the matter is, why would I be the next John Cena when I can be the one and only Roman? And Cena just goes like, "You're done? You finished?" Now that is proof that you're a fool. Well, there's an old saying, better to keep your mouth shut to look smart rather than to open it and look like a fool. You make the same old excuses that everybody does, that it's all my fault. I'll give you credit. It took you 5 years to do a good promo. But, sorry, son. Time you're going to get served. I know it wasn't exactly like that, but it was certainly the 5 years to do a promo bit. And Cena was doing it. It was like, oh, shit. He's going for the jugular. He's going for the jugular. Supposedly I've got this mythical golden shovel. Well, in all honesty, it's these fans that are going to determine everything. You think I'm the problem around here? Keep in mind, I haven't main evented Mania in 5 years. Hell, SummerSlam, I curtain jerked the event. I raised the status of the US title with its open challenges, and look at what AJ and Kevin are doing with it now. When you got the US title, Roman, you saw it as nothing more than a demotion. Because it wasn't for the top belt, you didn't care. You couldn't do your job. Everyone's saying, oh my God, Cena's a worthy opponent for Roman. The fact of the matter is, a part-timer like me is proving right here, right now, that I can do a better job than a full-time guy like you. Hang on. Let's see if I can find it. So Roman signs the paper, throws the table aside. And then here come the Good Brothers, saying there ain't enough room for two egos in the same ring and the same arena like Roman and John. You know, John Cena, he's clearly not a good brother. Nope. Buddy Luke. Roman Reigns, he's clearly not a good brother. Nope. So it's only fair that they get taken out by two good brothers like us. Yep. So I think what we should do tonight, yep, is take out these, what's the word? Nerds! And of course Kurt goes, oh, so apparently everybody wants to fight. So how about we do you two versus Roman Reigns and John Cena right now? And I'm going, hang on. These two guys are about to, like, murder each other? And you're making them team? And then, of course, because story gets thrown out the fucking window, they don't gel entirely well because they sort of want to do the match themselves practically and show off to the other. And, it finishes with Roman spearing Anderson and pinning him while Cena at the same time, and they stare at each other as they're going for their finishes. Cena AA's Gallows. And they exchange words after, but man, this proves to you that literally the fact is true. A part-timer like Cena is way, way better than a full-timer like Roman.
Thank God. Yes, that is correct.
You need to see that promo if you can, and I get proper reactions to it on Wednesday, because it'll be up on the YouTube probably sooner rather than later.
Into that.
Because that promo was serious. Cena's, you can see Roman was out of his depth, really. Okay. The language that he was given and everything, it was just, it really was not good at all. And honestly, and the thing is, of course, of when they said, you suck, the crowd clapped because it's like, yeah, Cena does suck. Not really. Okay, it's the lesser of two evils and everything, but I would easily pick Cena over Roman Reigns.
Absolutely.
Keep in mind, Cena got to the top naturally.
Yep.
The fact he's been stuck at the top for the past decade is company. With Roman, It's been company all the way ever since he came in with the fucking Shield. There was one natural moment where it might have happened when he was up against Batista.
The Royal Rumble.
And they cheered for him. They cheered for him because everybody knew that Batista was going to win that Rumble. And because mainly Daniel Bryan wasn't in it because of all that shit. And then as soon as Batista won it, they turned on Batista. Literally 12 months after it, they tried to do the same thing again. Probably again because Bryan wasn't involved and everything, so the crowd turned on the match immediately. But ever since that point, what was it? WrestleMania, Royal Rumble 2015?
Right.
Yeah, because 14 was the Batista win. Ever since 2015, Roman has been dead to the diehards, if you will.
Agreed.
So,
question in chat, Ashley.
What kind of song is Matt Sydal's theme? I don't even know.
I heard it a lot, actually. It's not bad. Lashley's theme is just simply sirens and horns. And your favorite, Ashley, one SSS.
Well, that's the skill of American Top Team.
Oh, dear. Hey, England is my city, dude. Why is Sami Zayn advertised for the Raw pay-per-view? Is he on a roll?
Don't bring up that fat fuck. Oh, whoever he is, whatever. So, where is? Hang on, Sammy being advertised for the Raw pay-per-view? Where?
That's a good question. I'm curious now.
Where are these adverts saying that Sammy's going to be on No Mercy? Because I want to know what love is, and I want you to show me.
Exactly. No Mercy will broadcast at the Staples Center on September 24th. Raw exclusive pay-per-view brings the Day of Reckoning to the City of Angels. See Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Bayley, Braun Strowman, Sasha Banks, Finn Balor, The Miz, Alexa Bliss, Sami Zayn, the Hardy Boys, Cesaro, and Sheamus, and many more Raw superstars. Lineup subjects change.
Are they switching him back over?
I would not have an issue with this. Not doing anything with him on SmackDown.
He's a proper fucking free agent. He got him wherever the fuck he wants.
And then we get something really amazing.
Elias strumming backstage because he's singing and probably wrestling, even though he doesn't. Next. So Elias is out. Saying that Dusty Rhodes called him the Elvis of WWE and does a rip-off version of Hound Dog. Just like how Taylor Swift's new song is a rip-off of Right Said Fred's I'm Too Sexy. So much so that they had to give him a writing credit. Thing is, it's still a fucking good song from Taylor.
I need to hear it. Haven't heard it yet.
So then Jerry Lawler's like, I've heard enough. Because he isn't on commentary for this, apparently. And says, look, Elias, your voice is good, but the fact of the matter is that you don't connect with the audience. It's a big issue. So it's time to bring out somebody that would connect with the audience, given that we're in Memphis cheap pop. So he scoured the world and found somebody that could be a real fan favorite. He's brought in direct from some little promotion called Southport Regional Wrestling. And I'm going, yeah, what? This is not actually now canon? This can actually fucking exist?
We said it should happen, and it's weird this is the one they picked to do, but hey, it works. It works greatly.
It's not Honky Tonk Man, but it's the closest I can think of. It's fucking Pelvis Wesley. Yes! Southport Regional Wrestling is fucking real. Nothing else matters on this show. Southpaw is officially canon. It's officially part of the law. We need a fucking Southpaw pay-per-view special on the fucking network.
Put it in full. We said this before. Put it in Full Sail and get people to be in on the joke. Have them dress up in the gear, the garb.
No. Really fucking scare the shit out of WWE. You know that Christmas house show they do at Madison Square Garden?
That would work.
Make it a Southpaw Regional Wrestling show. People would watch the shit out of it.
And if it was at Full Sail, I'd go to it. So there you go.
Keep in mind Monday is Christmas Day.
You are correct.
So there won't be a live Monday Night Raw, I would have thought. They might tape it the week before. Who knows? If not, I suggest you tape, instead of Monday Night Raw, or do a Monday Night Raw Southpaw special or something. Seriously. Who plays Pelvis? SSS Heath Slater. If you notice the crowd, after Pelvis basically got murdered with Drift Away, the crowd were chanting, "He's got kids! He's got kids!" So, yeah, it's Heath. So back to reality. Up goes gravity. Up a door dabbity. Up a door dabbity.
Oh boy.
So Miz is backstage, asked by Renee about Jeff's win, and he's like, "Why is Jeff challenging me? He's only won one. You know, is this what it's worth? A challenger only has to win one match to actually get a shot at my belt. Where's the respect?" And Renee's like, "Oh, he did go through 14 other men to get here." And Maurice just goes, "I never saw him pin anybody to win. Where's his record?" And then Charlie's interviewing Sasha Banks and says, "Look, running your mouth don't make you a champ. Tonight, we're breaking the Sasha Banks curse, and all the fans are going to be chanting, 'You tapped out' at Alexa Bliss." So here comes Alexa. And commercial before the advert. So, why do you keep fucking saying it's next and then it's not actually next, it's actually after ads? Meanwhile, in these ads, Sheamus and Cesaro plugging Burger King Whoppers. Because reasons. Wait for it. Reasons. Also, they announced that it's going to be Enzo Amore, Cedric Alexander, and Gran Metalik to be facing Noam Dar, Tony Nese, and Drew Gulak tomorrow on 205 Live. And just to make sure that the Sasha curse remains, after JoJo makes the introductions, and obviously Sasha makes her way out, the ref holds the belt upside down. You had one job, ref. That was literally it. They have a pretty good match, in all honesty. And then, of course, basically, you had the finish. Alexa manages to sort of jump into the ropes, but in such a way that the top ropes sort of springs into sort of Sasha's eyes. Hits her with a snap DDT. 1, 2, 3. And we have a new Raw Women's Champion. Again, I state, just like last week and the week before and the SummerSlam before, so sort of 8 straight days. Why did we do the title change at the pay-per-view when this is the payoff?
I've been telling you before. We've said this a billion times that they're doing it just
trying to make Sasha Banks look fucking terrible.
Maybe.
You honestly think that a woman that gets fucking abuse hurled at her because she doesn't want to meet the fans because she knows they're going to be abusive towards her? You know, that story that you heard, that her and her husband were told that you both fucking suck at SummerSlam last week because they didn't go over to the fans to try and do anything. Apparently that's Sasha's fault. Also, I was a bit worried during this match because they made a lot of play about Sasha working Alexa's arm. And the nagging feeling in the back of my head was going, oh God, are they going to do a shoot stop? Are they going to think that copying AAA is a good thing? Despite the fact that everybody's been negative.
Yeah, Sexy Star's pretty much blacklisted from wrestling forever now.
Pretty much. The great thing is AAA apparently don't give a fuck because they have not done any response yet, and we're 48 hours after the fact.
They're going to, don't worry.
Oh, they better.
Then you're gonna start getting workers boycotting the shows.
Well, the promotion where she was going to be showing up this week ditched her.
WrestleCade, yes, absolutely.
Just seeing, yeah. Various things may be happening, who knows?
All right.
Apparently, okay, Sexy's only messages so far have been retweeting her sister saying that she was attacked first.
Oh, yeah. What has that anything to do with Rosemary?
And apparently everyone believes Rosemary because they're sticking with the English speaker over the Spanishing one. The great thing is, the fucking people that are in Spain that watch this shit, that cover this shit, you know, Cubs fan and everything, even they're disgusted.
Everyone
see the issue here.
We talked about what happened to Low Key. He actually voluntarily left GFW.
Yeah, because they were giving him a shit angle that he didn't approve of.
Yeah, I remember how we were talking about. I said this on Twitter when I was watching the show that this was going to be where Low Key got into the main event picture. Apparently, the plans for Bound for Glory was an Ultimate X match. Nope.
They were going to have him in the title picture because of the Alberto thing. As soon as they dropped Alberto, they apparently didn't give a shit about Loki.
Yep.
So instead, your main event is what? Eli Drake versus Johnny Impact?
That is correct.
Of which the title isn't going to change hands. because the only reason I think Johnny's there is a talent exchange.
I don't know.
Because
I think
AAA is not doing Lucha Underground.
I think he's taking the title.
Yeah, but if you saw the angle from AAA, he's going nowhere. This whole hatred on Vampiro thing is a shoot that people got suckered into.
Well, yeah, of course it is.
That's an issue.
I get that vibe from Conan whenever he talks about AAA on the mic on the tapings.
So Alexa's celebrating. Nia comes out to celebrate with her, attacks Sasha further. Puts Alexa on her shoulders, ready for the celebration. And basically electric chairs her down to the mat. Well, that was the idea, but they did it in more of a way that she fell off. So it really didn't look good. Well done, Nia. You done fucked it up.
God, not again.
And she gets the belt and lifts it aloft. And the stupid bloody crowd are chanting yes. Yes. This woman that systematically managed to injure practically the entire women's roster over the past 12 months is getting cheered.
I don't get that at all.
Are you telling me she's the face for this angle?
Yeah, but God, I have no idea why. Those are some times that when we start talking, we go live, and I start realizing that I missed a show that should have been missed, and sometimes I don't feel any remorse for falling asleep. This seems like one of those.
Apart from the Cena thing, which was awesome, and the bit that you just managed to stay awake from, which was the Pelvis Wesley stuff.
Yes.
And, you know, the Rollins and Cesaro, Sheamus and Ambrose matches were pretty good.
Right, of course they are.
And Brock saying bitch. That's about it.
I was awake for that, so there you go, yeah.
You know, the fact that Jeff Hardy versus Miz is happening is all right, but that's the build for next week because the 15-man Battle Royal was sort of crap. Especially when it was like, yeah, let's have the Finn Balor Bray Wyatt feud continue because apparently, because Finn isn't a demon, Bray thinks that he can work him.
So we're going to see the club against the Wyatt family at Survivor Series?
No.
I shouldn't give them any ideas, should I?
No, because that won't happen.
They're going to keep them
as they're going to keep them as heels because they do the fucking Biff Tannen nerds thing.
Yeah.
That's it. That's their gimmick now. I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wikipedia says Pentagon is the current Lucha champion for over 400 days.
Yes, that is the complicated issue that we have. The show, by the time we get to 2 months' time when the show finishes right in time for Halloween, the champ will technically have been champ for close to 500 days. And the fact of the matter is, who knows when he's going to be champ? Because I don't even know if there's a season 4.
I don't think anybody does right now. On that note, I think that's our show.
Probably. Unless the questions sort of all randomly come in.
Hyro,
Trust me, when you find out the manner in which Pentagon gets that title, part of you will wonder, in terms of storyline, what the shit was actually going on in the first place. I won't spoil it because, I don't want to for a change. But I'm going to dissect it and probably make you go, so why the shit did everything happen? If this was the purpose in the first place?
Seems like we're asking ourselves that a lot more.
If you look at the history of Pentagon Dark, you'll know what I mean, considering what is going to happen. But we'll see. Especially keep in mind, Pentagon's fallen out with AAA, who are basically the backers of Lucha Underground. So how do you explain that one? That ain't awkward.
Indeed. So that's going to be your show tonight. If you have any more questions, then we'll be back here Wednesday night for the Wednesday Wrestling Popcast at 9 p.m. And should be really interesting next week, because next week I'm actually not going to be here. So should be interesting to see how that's going to work out. Yeah.
How the shit are we going to do the show?
If I look at my schedule, I'm actually scheduled Wednesday, so we're going to have to figure out something for the Wednesday show on Wednesday.
Oh, no.
No new news right now, Jairo. Uncle Dave probably has news. We'll talk about that on Wednesday. He asked, is there any truth to the matter that GFW wants nothing to do with Alberto right now?
As it stands, yes.
Certainly seems that way.
In all honesty, yeah, that's the way it looks. That's the way the cookie crumbles and all that.
Indeed. So again, that's going to be your show tonight, and I want to thank Jairo and 1SSS, as well as Christian M, Tyler Powell, Ginger Boy Wonder, and everyone else that was listening tonight that did not get involved in the chat. Well, thank you for joining us live tonight, and hopefully we'll have you back again next week. Ashley, where can we find you on social media?
I'm on Twitter at Ash is my name UK. I don't know when the next Gaming with Ash is getting put up. Is it tomorrow? Is it?
It'll be up this. It'll be up this week. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, we'll go up somewhere, and then there will be a food one coming for you probably next Sunday, as I'm watching Shikara. And then Monday will probably be something. Obviously, most of my news outlets are UK based, so they didn't do anything because it's a bank holiday over here. So,
right.
Hopefully, something happens in the build up to Labor Day weekend. Hopefully.
Very nice. And check out 2 Ashley videos. One is kind of a prelude to the other, and that's going to be currently available.
One's making sure Owen Street didn't get broken.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Oh, what happened with Cody and Jerry Lawler at Northeast?
Well, considering Cody defended the title against Ray on Sunday, I'm pretty sure Cody won.
I'm pretty sure Cody won too.
It seems as if as well they're still trying to treat that Cody's the heel, because at least in the match with Mysterio, he low-blowed Ray behind the referee's back and hit Crossroads for the win. And then to send the fan homes happy, he hit the 619 on him. Well, certainly, if I can get the results, I do know that I at least have the results from the Sunday show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the results from the Friday show will be out somewhere. Keep in mind as well, and I might as well run through it here, as a preview. Obviously, we'll be talking and probably giving our picks for King of Trios Ambola this coming week. Or this coming weekend, I should say. There's also an AAW show. But in terms of results, we've got Ring of Honor TV tapings, we've got Rev Pro, we've got AIW, we've got Fight Club Pro, we've got Northeast Wrestling, we've got Triple Mania and that shit, which is going to become a thing. We've got the Pro Wrestling World Cup from WCPW. We've got Oldie Wrestling's 5th anniversary show. We've got Destiny Wrestling up in Canada, along with Lucha in the 6 from Toronto. So again, more Canada. Preston City Wrestling, Progress Wrestling, CDF Mid-Atlantic. I don't think anything important happened on the ICW tapings, but I'd better check that. Yeah, that's all the results, which is a bit of an issue.
Indeed. So follow along on Twitter with us at Popcast Network. Follow me on Twitter at Turo Disney. And check out our regular content here every single day here on the Popcast Network. Back here for Sip and Snack on Thursday. AJ takes over the network on the weekends, as always, Friday with Versus and Saturday with AJ's movie reviews. Ashley takes over on Sunday and Monday, and we have wrestling content every Monday for Raw, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. for the Wednesday Wrestling Podcast. All WWE, NXT, and Ring of Honor pay-per-views. Those are covered as well as special events. So stay tuned for more content coming up. Halloween Horror Nights is not very far whatsoever. We are a few weeks away from Halloween Horror Nights. And obviously the time where I am able to throw all my inhibitions away and enjoy myself. So I'm looking forward to that greatly, since it is now August 29th here on the East Coast in the U.S. I can officially say that we are 15 days and counting till I am going to be able to see Halloween Horror Nights 27. So extremely excited about that. Once again, that's our show. Harassed about Terry Funk saying he's not retired. Terry Funk has never been officially retired. It's all a myth. And One Triple S says, what happened in New Japan? No new episodes. We cover New Japan every single week on the Wednesday show. So that's your show, everyone. If you haven't yet check out Being the Elite. It's definitely something worth watching. And the joke I made earlier about saying I can say suck and not get bleeped, that will make more sense once you watch Cease and Desist. So that's going to be your show tonight. And as always, in a world where there are a billion wrestling podcasts, we're very pleased that once more this evening you've chosen a Popcast. I want to thank everyone for watching. Thanks, everyone, for listening. And until tomorrow, boys and girls, FSS. And that's all we got to say about that.
But always love Susan. Where have you gone, Susan? Where?